Hello everyone, it is Friday, March the 8th. Today is the day us regular minions get the chance to pick up our Traxxas Maxx Slash. Let's go. Shh, don't tell the wife. Before we get into it, special shout out to Closer 1313 yo. Hope I'm saying that correctly, for the super thanks. The support's greatly appreciated. Guys, check it out. It's the brand new Maxx Slash. Little change of scenery from normal. Got a little more space here. So like I said earlier, I'm one of the minions. I don't have the luxury of getting these things in advance and having plenty of time to film. And you know, with YouTube, the key is first one out gets the views. Kind of, you know, maybe not necessarily all the views, but do pretty good. And I don't have anything to open the box. Oh no. I gotta find something here. So, good old car key to the rescue. First off, I apologize about the wind. Like I said, just trying to get this done before the masses have their videos out, and it's supposed to rain today, so I'm trying to beat all of that. Now look, before I get into the box, I've said this plenty of times, when you buy an RC car, know what you're buying. Alright, I haven't really watched any videos on this. I've glanced at a few. And sure enough, a lot of YouTubers seem to think that every RC out there is a basher. Everything's designed for bashing, everything's about bashing, and everything they do is for bashing. This is not a basher, guys. This is not. It's a UDR, Unlimited Desert Race. Look at that. It's a desert racer. This is a ground car. Can it jump? Yes. You know, we've already looked at the, I've already looked at this in the hobby store once. There's not a lot of suspension here, all right? Ooh, it actually does pretty good. Let me see, there should be a remote somewhere, right? Pretty slick, Traxxas. Pretty slick. You ain't gonna believe it. Well, the one thing I was afraid of, the name, is on the hood. Oh, let's get this body off. I do like clipless bodies. I do like that. Check this. Check it. Guys, that's how big this body is, alright? This is how big it is. Look. That's where they put the remote. What I want to do is go ahead and bind my existing remote to this, because I want to be able to see what telemetry Traxxas gives you with this. So I'll say right off the bat, this Traxxas fastest name and tacky, man. That is just really tacky. I could see on some of the freebie promotional stuff, but not when I'm paying this much money for an RC car. You already got your name on the side of the car. So I'm probably the first one, maybe. This ain't working out too well. This is not working out well at all. That looks so much better. When I get home, I'll finish cleaning up the glue and all that, but I'm not going to go through a lot of detail on this thing, because I've already looked at it once at the hobby store. If you guys missed that, check out that video, my pre-thing. But I do like, at least they put roof skids on here. They put some protectors here in the back. It does have a large skeleton in here. Now, of course, this is your normal 6S stuff. No fan on the motor. That's really disappointing. Other than that, your standard Traxxas electronics. So this is pretty much just like the Maxx and the Slash, like I said, mounted together. Look at the bumper support. Wow, that's hefty, man. These bumpers. Look at the ovals on there. So let's take a look. The only time you're going to see that chassis nice and. Now, I mentioned on the other one, and it was hard because I was at the hobby store, but look at these control arms. Look at how open they are. I'm really worried about this thing's being weak. Also, look. I don't know, man. I think this front end. Oh, wow. Look at that from the factory. The springs don't even have any pressure on them. Look. No wonder it's sagging. Look at this. So this thing here, as soon as you put weight on it, it's doing like that. Wow. There we go. That feels a lot better. Maybe a little bit too much for the front. Woo! Alright, like I said, you gotta know what kind of RC you're gonna buy. This is not a basher. This does not, I mean, look, it's hitting. It does not have a terrible amount of ground clearance. If you want a basher, get the Maxx, get the Xmaxx. But that being said, does that make this a bad RC? No, it doesn't. It does not make this thing a bad RC at all. You just have to know what you drive. To me, I like driving the RCs. I love blasting through the ground at speed, drifting, taking corners and stuff like that. So I really like this kind of RC. I like this style of driving. And I've already seen it, and I can't believe. Like I said, I've resisted the urge to watch videos because I want this all to be fresh when I look at it. But I've just had to see just a couple videos, and sure enough, people are out there at the skate parks. They're out there jumping these things 20 feet in the air, and then they're complaining that it's not a basher. If you use it for how it's intended, it's gonna be a good RC car for you. Well, we're gonna drive it, make that determination. But you know, I mean, Traxxas has been around for a minute. They kind of know what they're doing for the most part. All right, so I know some people don't like the battery compartments on Traxxas. I like them. It makes it fast and easy, but I don't like the way this opens this way. It's kind of like the XRT. They said they took this from the Sledge, but the Sledge opens the other way. So we'll see how the batteries go in there here in a minute. Let's take a quick look at what we get in the package. Get a weird wrench. Some Allen wrenches. You get a plug in case you just want to run one battery. Got you some numbers. And your parts list. And stuff. Yeah, I'm telling you, man, when you get a Traxxas, read the owner's manual. Sometimes there's some stuff hidden in there that you never know about, like the Sledge. It's clearly written in there, if you had to look, that it got shipped from the factory to run on flat, hard ground. And if you wanted to jump and run on rough terrain, you needed to move the shocks in. Now this one does have, okay, an outer shock. It's already on the inner spot, so I'm just going to take a quick glance. Alright, I don't see anything of any concern in there. I just had a chance to glance at it 1 second now. I was going to run this at the RC car track, because I thought the little jumps and all that in there, but they're doing some work out there today. They had some guys out there doing some dirt. I was out there this morning running some cars. I went out, picked this thing up, and came back, and there's people everywhere, so gotta try to make do what I can. So let me go get the remote bound to this thing, get the ramp set up, and check back in with you. gonna do this again. This thing's been acting funny. See how my satellites keep cutting out. It's weird. But let's try. Man, this thing is a handful. Jeez. Let me try to turn the TQI down. Maybe that'll... Damn. Nope, that didn't help. Man. Whew, man, this thing is finicky. So touchy on the steering. Man, look at the body roll. I don't even know if I'm getting traction out here, to be honest with you. Sounds wicked. Jeez. All right, let's bring it in before I kill all the battery. Man, we still got a lot of running to do. Jeez, this thing body rolls excessive, man. It is excessive. $57 miles an hour. Check it out. 57. So it is in here. So we do have battery voltage. We do have temp. I'm not sure if we... Oh yeah, we do got mile per hour. And we got RPM. Wow. I bet you I'm the first one to show this. Haha. Temperature and voltage. Check it out. How freaking cool. Oh, look at that top speed. You could actually, I could have recorded with that, but I'm not sure how accurate that would have been, but cool, man. Look at that. All right, let's set up the ramp and see how she jumps. Okay, so I do have the ramp set one notch down for where normal, because this thing does not have like the most suspension. So ooh, see, it just, oh, it's so hard hitting. You do have air control. You do have some air control. But like I said, you got to know what you buy. This is not something for ramps. Oh, oh, that was totally on me. For some reason, I decided, oh, hit reverse. Oh. Sometimes, you know, the mind just... All right, let's check this out. Let's check it out. Okay, so the body just popped in front of that. Okay, let's try this again. Do it right this time. There we go. God, man, it just sounds so hard hitting. I'm doing one more. That's it. Oh, if I could get lined up right. Oh boy. All right, that's it before we break it. All right, before we go have some fun out here, let's see if this thing can wheelie. See if it can. Ooh, these tires just do not grip very well. They do not. Let's see. Ah!
No, it's just ripping up the grass. One more time, let's see. Ooh. I'm just gonna say that the poor hand, this thing just handles so poorly. I can't believe it. As wide as this thing is, it can't take a turn to save its life. Now, I don't know too, I mean, the batteries are pretty worn down by now too, so. Oh, there we go. There we go. We got a little wheelie. Now this is where, like, you buy a UDR if you want to run stuff like this, have some fun through here, off-road, rough terrain kind of. Oh man, I think I feel like the rain. Wow. Thank you for not flipping over. Yeah, I guess if you stay on the power, maybe you can keep it. Nope. Let's try some looser stuff here in the dirt. Oh yeah. There we go. Oh. This thing is just a handful, man. Now I know Traxxas is supposed to offer the anti-sway bars as an option. It should have been standard. It should have been standard. It really takes away from the enjoyment of running this thing. Cause it's just so, I mean, man, the Xmaxx doesn't flip this easy. Let's see. Oh, golly. Oh, that was hard. That was hard. What the hell? Oh, man. Wow. Man, that was harsh. Wow. That was harsh. Didn't break anything. Look at the metal, you can see that in the dry shaft. That metal reinforcement. Holy moly. I'll own that one because I just went full speed off in the grass without even knowing what's there. And there's obviously something that you shouldn't be taking at 50 or 60 miles an hour. Oh, yeah, yeah. They should have just called this the rock and roll. Whew. Man, Traxxas, we waited a long time for something fairly new out of you. Come on, man, that's ridiculous. I got a video, it's gonna be coming out. I've already filmed it, but it's gonna come out after this, right? It's gonna come out here shortly. Me running the Xmaxx, and I was talking about the handling and stuff. And I said people complain that the Xmaxx handles bad, but I showed like how good it can actually turn. This thing, no. It's a, let's see here. Oh, wow. Well, I guess it's okay, just don't go. That wasn't even full speed, man. I don't get, this thing is so wide. Oh, come on, look. Oh, before anybody asks, yes, the steering is fast. Dude, seriously, like that's... I really believe Traxxas needs to make people right with this. It might just have to do like a wide kit. Which you really can't. You really can't do a wide kit on here because then your tires are gonna hit. You know, oh wow, look at that. It already does. Like when you go in, look at that. The tires are hitting the chassis, the body. Not back here, but in the front they are hitting. Look at that. Seriously. Wow. Whew. Well, everyone, I want to wrap up and try to get home before the storms hit and work on getting this video posted today on the 8th, so everybody will have it here to enjoy. I mean, man, straight line, it's doing good. It just, you can't turn it. Uh-oh. I think the batteries have... Yeah. Okay. Well, let's get some temps. Seeing how that fan, the motor doesn't have a fan, I forgot. Let's get some temps for you. I think we've been running this thing pretty hard. Let's see. Ooh, 160, 162. Man, that's hot. 150 on the end. Look at that, 170. ESC. This is at 80. It's got a fan, 90 degrees. Yeah, the motor's hot. It's mind-boggling that this thing does not have a fan. That's stupid. Absolutely stupid. Alright. Let's get this thing back to the car so I don't have to carry it. Yeah, it's definitely throttling back. Alright, everyone, I'll meet you over there at the pavilion for our final thoughts. Alright. Man, like I've said before, I pay for all these vehicles you see on the channel. I'm not sponsored. And even if I was, my word's always going to be honest. And unfortunately, it'd probably keep me from ever getting free cars. I don't even care about it being free. I just would love to have it early and get a look at everything. Oh, it's still on. Normal Traxxas fashion, to turn it off, you have to unplug it. Alright, so let's see here. Ooh, batteries are quite warm. Like I had predicted about this chassis. Take a look at this. Now I know all RC cars collect a certain amount of dirt. This thing really does seem to collect a good bit, you know? But actually it's not terrible. It's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. Traxxas, man, that's just, I don't know. I don't know what to even say. Some could blame it on the early release of the information, kind of ruined stuff. I don't know. I think Traxxas really ought to start making the anti-sway bars standard on this. They need to. It needs to be standard, and for those of us that have it today, they need to be issued them. This, it just,
handling is so horrible. I've never seen anything. There's so much potential with this vehicle. So much potential. It could really be a good RC. But it's really hard to have fun with it when every time you touch the wheel, it flips and goes crazy. These belted tires, I don't know. I've heard, well, at least on the Xmaxx and stuff like that, people loving them, but for the street, there's zero grip. Zero grip for any kind of street use. They don't really seem to do that good in off-road. I don't know. Honestly, really disappointed. Thought this was going to be so much better. I thought this was going to be kind of like the driving that I like to do. I thought this thing was going to be kind of like the sledge off-road, but maybe a little bit better. No. Because I thought the sledge, you know, having characteristics of being able to be a basher and catch air. That this thing here would handle better with it being what's supposed to be a UDR. It takes away from the driving and enjoyment when it doesn't drive. Now I know the bashers out there, maybe they're hitting all the ramps and that, and they're not going to see that, but this thing it does not have the suspension. I mean, you heard it just from my little ramp. It does not have the suspension for bashing. It's designed. You design a vehicle with the low center of gravity for great handling. Not for jumps, not for you know, bashing and stuff like that. Can it handle some? Yeah, it can handle it. Probably with this having Xmaxx blood in its heritage, it'll probably take quite a beating before anything breaks. Like I said, it's just the Xmaxx handles better than this thing. This thing just, it flips so easy, too easy. My honesty will probably keep me from ever getting a new vehicle to test, but you know, it's not worth it to lose my name, my credibility, and that. And honestly, you know, these companies that send these out to reviewers, they should be taking that advice, and the reviewers need to be honest, so that way they can tweak these things and make sure these cars are good to go when they get to the general public. There's really no excuse for the poor handling of this. It should have been taken care of. A fan on a motor shouldn't even be an option. I don't care who the manufacturer is. Now, on the upside, you know, the servo seems pretty strong and fast. The electronics, I know a lot of people aren't a fan of the Linean stuff. I don't have a problem with it. I think it's pretty strong. And I'm pretty sure it would wheelie better, but I had already kind of depleted the battery down quite a bit, shooting B-roll and doing the speed run and all that stuff. So by then, batteries had been run for quite a while I was doing all that stuff. So I think actually earlier when I was doing the speed run, I did pop a couple wheelies in the street, so it did do a little bit better. You saw it tumbled. It really tumbled, and nothing broke. So I mean, I got to give it credit for that. Big mistake on Traxxas' part that these tires rub the body. You see right there. And like I said, it's unfortunate when you give vehicles to reviewers and they don't even, they're afraid to tell the companies that there's something wrong with their free gift. And I don't know, maybe I'm misspeaking. Maybe I'm actually, I can't even say that. I don't know. But to me, I'm thinking that if I'm Traxxas, I send this out to you as a YouTuber, and you had this thing for a couple of weeks, a month before it was released, and I'm calling you up and say, hey man, there's a problem. This thing, you touch it, it flips over. I mean, don't even the people in Traxxas drive these things? They find that acceptable? I don't know, man. I really, really want to like this thing. And I do. I think there's potential here. But it's really sad that it's got to be an option, or the anti-sway bars will be an option, and hopefully the anti-sway bars will help this thing. I don't know, maybe some shock tuning or something, but I don't think there's any amount of shock tuning is really going to maybe could help a little bit. Oh, we got a few little dings in the bottom. And then I don't like the sticker. I don't like that big name plastered on there. They already got their name here. Just leave the hood alone. Other than that, yeah, it's nice that you got the protectors here up front. I like the clipless body system. And I mean, it looks amazing. It does. It truly does. Look at how big this thing is. Right? This is such a big RC. I'm really disappointed in the way it runs. Hate to say it, but I gotta be honest. For me, like I said, I'm not gonna hold against it about the jump. Like, you can hear banging pretty bad. This isn't a basher. I know some people are gonna be out there reviewing it, and they're gonna try to bash it, and then they're gonna slam it and say it's horrible because it doesn't bash. It probably doesn't backflip. I don't know. It does actually appear to have pretty good air control, even with the belted tires. But, you know, big jumps, nah. But this isn't what you buy this thing for. You buy this thing to run it fast on the ground. Unfortunately, it doesn't really do that very well. Really, I'm disappointed. Really disappointed in the way this thing. Well, everyone, there you have it. That's my honest review. Like I said, I pay for these vehicles. I don't owe anybody but you the truth. Now, I show the video. I let you decide if you like the way it runs, it handles it. You know, I don't do a scorecard of how I feel this, that, and the next thing goes on. And I'm not going to say yes or no. I mean, I think it's a good RC. I think that, you know, the potential's there, but it's not there right now. It really sucks. Because this is mine. I own it now. And it just doesn't really perform the way I want it to. And I don't really think anybody wants something that flips over so easy. Who's just going to go back and forth and run straight line? Maybe there's somebody out there that will, but oh, look at that. Yep, already got some wrinkling right here in the body. Man, already got some bubbling. There's some wrinkles right on the inside lip, like right here. This inside lip on this side. Yep, there it is. You can see it. Well, they've done a better job of reinforcing this body than they have in the past. I'll give them that much. So that it's pretty strong. The tires hit it. No excuse. There's no excuse for that. No excuse for this thing flipping over. Traxxas really waited a long time for you to come up with something fresh. Now, I know a lot of people say this really isn't that fresh, but because it's based on two designs, but it really is. I mean, this chassis, even though it has similarities with the Xmaxx or the Maxx and some of the stuff in the Slash, it is a new design for the most part. So I'm not going to go over there and be like, oh, boo-hoo, you know, it's kind of copies that stuff, but well, guys, I'm going to go home, try to beat the rain. I hope you enjoyed this honest look at this RC. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. I greatly appreciate the support. Matter of fact, special thanks to Closer 1313 Yo. I hope I'm saying that right. It's either Closer or Closer. I think it's Closer. I don't. Thank you very much for the donations. Greatly appreciated. It helps me keep this channel running because every dime I make goes back into the channel, and trust me, I put more of my own money into the stuff because what I make on YouTube does not buy these things. So I appreciate the support. All right, everyone. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you in the next one.